First of 9, running 1,200 metres, and they're ready to break. Red light about to be switched on for the first. They're set to go. Stand by. Break Free stands well in barrier 1. Racing. And Break Free broke well at the start. It was a good line out. Mashani Lily began only fairly for her, but she now pushes towards the top. The Dabble Effect's got speed, and Sheows is going forward as well. So this map not quite working out how we thought, and Aquateer is right up there as well. They're going to have to try and sort out their position sooner or later. Currently it's Aquateer from the Dabble Effect, and Mashani Lily 3 wide. Now Break Free gets the run of the race, 4th behind the leader. Then came Amuse Odes, followed by Frothsay. It hasn't worked out for Sheows in the middle of the field, out 3 deep, no cover. Then came Petite Palace and 2 away, Cosmic Proportions last of all. Only a steady tempo, 500 left to Rana. Aquateer, the pilot, leads. Break Free about to ease away from the rail to try and challenge the leader. Does so now as they straighten for home. Wide of the Dabble Effect, Mashani Lily has been off the track all the way, and Sheows is trying to run into it. Amuse Odes going up behind them. Aquateer seriously challenged by Break Free. Break Free ran to the lead. Mashani Lily struggling now. Amuse Odes next, and then came Sheows. Down towards 100 metres though. Break Free's in front. Amuse Odes emerging as some sort of danger. Break Free the leader. Amuse Odes on the outside is coming hard. Amuse Odes got up and won. Beat Break Free and Aquateer, and Sheows in 4th. Then Petite Palace, followed by Mashani Lily, who weakened after a wide run. Then Frothsay, the Dabble Effect, and Cosmic Proportions out towards the tail.
Well, number 6, Amusantes, has got up. Lovely ride by Angela Jones. She had her in a beautiful trailing position, travelling strongly. Took her a while to get up and run down Break Free, who had a soft run, but she's been able to do it very late there. And we're just waiting on 3rd and 4th. I think Aquateer, Sheows couldn't get in and has finished off quite strongly there. But Amusantes, Paul, a filly by Rothsay from Fun Tontes. It's that fabulous line of Rob Heathcote that's been around for many years, and it just keeps on keeping on. And she produced a Group 1 winner of the Tiara, I think 2 or 3 years ago in Star Tonte. So the family tree certainly lives on with the first winner today.
Yeah, big effort too for a maiden to come out and beat horses that have won 6 and 3 starts, but that's what happened under set weights today, courtesy of a gun ride from Ange Jones. Is that a sign of things to come later in the day here? Tats Tiara, of course, Ange is on the favourite Floozy, and she started off the day with a 10 out of 10, and there are a couple of other rides in there, Maxie, that you'd be lucky to give a 3 out of 10, particularly Mashani Lily and Sheows. They had a very, very tough run. Nikita Berryman, she gets A+ for her ride on Break Free, just wasn't quite strong enough. Robert Heathcote will be pretty happy with that result, Kian, because he has had a lot of success with this pedigree of horses.
Oh, this pedigree has been fantastic. Fantontes was winning stakes races, Group 2 before buffering came along, and look at Star Tontes, and look at this filly who we know was awfully unlucky last start.
She was, and that was in a maiden, so I said to the guys here, we find out today if she's as good as her siblings, and we know the family has been such an amazing family in my career as a trainer. As a 2-year-old, can you believe she got a grass seed in her ear that resulted in a month in an equine hospital having surgery, CAT scans and CT scans, the whole thing. We thought we were going to lose her. Steve Morley from Glen Logan Park, thank you, Steve. They've done a great job rehabbing her, and we've got her back. And Ange Jones, I wish she rode as much for me as she did Tony. What a ride.
Well, that's 100 winners now for her nationally. Now, just quickly back on the family, well, Fabulantes, who goes around later today, he's done nothing wrong, and he's, 2-3 starts.
Yeah, no, he's a good horse as well, and he's still a colt. It's been an amazing family. I think the family's won something like 70, 80 races for me, dating back 20 years, 25 years, so incredible run we've had.
That's 100 winners, Ange. It's going to be a good day for you. I think that's a great start, and this filly was great late.
Yeah, she was. I definitely didn't think she could win this race, being one of the few maideners in the race, but she probably should have won a maiden before now, and she did everything right for me. I was a little bit closer than I thought I might be. I think we were all surprised to see Mashani Lily not in front, but I was able to get on the second horse's back coming to the corner and got a beautiful run through, and she was just the strongest late.
Having a good run with this horse, just needs another win. He's not without a rough hope here. He's 7 moves in. The line's right, there's the red light. Set to break in the second. Racing. Set to shine off the inside jump well. He's Heaven's got early speed. Termagant began well, third away. There's Flaghall moving forward. Michelle's going up towards the lead, but wide. Goldsborough off the track as well in midfield. Northern Decree began well, but drifts back to midfield. Then Skywolf, followed by He's Exceptional, Ralphie. John Rambo, as expected, a long way back. Second last in the first call, and Godfather whips them in. Down below the 800 metres, He's Heaven allowed to stride mid-race. Kicked away and led by two to Flaghall in a clear second. Two to Termagant third, getting every possible chance of the run. Set to shine fourth the fence, and Michelle fifth and three wide. Goldsborough three wide with cover, and then Northern Decree, followed by Ralphie joining the three wide line. Then Skywolf, Godfather, He's Exceptional, and John Rambo being guided to the centre of the track by Maloney, but he is Stowmotherless last, 8 off the lead. He's Heaven, bobbing strongly in the lead, heading down towards the 200 metres. Has a good break too from Flaghall. Then came Michelle. John Rambo currently not in it, and nor is Termagant. He's Heaven in front now with 100 metres left to go. They're trying hard. There's a swarm chasing. They won't catch He's Heaven. He's home. He's Heaven been set to shine. Third Northern Decree. Fourth Michelle. Then Skywolf, Flaghall. John Rambo never got into it. Followed by Godfather. Then came Termagant. Never got into it. Then He's Exceptional. And Goldsborough out to the tail with Ralphie.
Well, He's Heaven straight to the lead. He's been a horse that's been racing very, very competitively at this level without winning, but straight to the front today. He was a man on a mission, Corey Sutherland, and a big thrill for the apprentice rider, only recently getting his Metropolitan ticket, and He's Heaven putting up a comfortable margin over Set to Shine. Then Northern Decree, by the looks of it, just getting third ahead of Michelle, who's run quite well. A couple of disappointments there in the top two in the market, Paul.
Yeah, definitely. You couldn't make too many excuses for Termagant. Seemed to have a nice run just off the speed. Found a bit of traffic late in the straight, but should have really had that acceleration earlier if it was going to win. And Johnny Rambo, you can see they're getting widest with the rail out 6. It made some good late ground, but all the action was up front and complete domination from He's Heaven on speed. You'll have a very happy Desley Forster with you, Kian, and no doubt an even happier Corey Sutherland when he gets back to scale.
Yeah, that's right. This will be his first Metropolitan winner, and Desley's a real big supporter of Corey because he is such a horseman, so he's an apprentice on the up, and this guy's been racing very well. He hasn't had a lot go right.
No, it's just been seen by big weights. If you go back, he's carrying 61 and a half, 6. It's a big horse, he can probably carry the weight, but I said to Corey 10 days ago when he rode, I said, come and ride him on midweek Wednesday. Plan is to back him up in 10 days. And I said, even if you only take 2 of your allowance, I don't matter. I said, I want you to ride him. And when he came up to 7 gate today and when he jumped a length in front, I said it was all over.
All over Red Rover. Des, this is a great job because he's a horse who's won half mile out to the 1600, and you're just keeping him to these shorter trips.
Yeah, no, look, we just try and keep him happy at home. Like I said, he's had a very long prep. He's had a lot of stars, but just keep him happy at home. He goes out to the farm. He just wanders around. We don't get up in between runs, and so I thought I'd bring him here today, run him here, and now he'll go to Rocky now and run in the Newmarket probably on Friday, and yeah, as long as he pulls up good.
Well, congratulations, young man. Your first Metro winner, and it's on a Group 1 day on a Saturday. Well done.
No, thank you. It's pretty exciting. Obviously, big appreciation to Desley. She's supported me a lot since I come to Metros, and I rode him last start, and just that 3 weeks between runs, he just peaked a little bit, and it was still a good run. He fought it out. I thought he was hard to beat today. He's coming today. We got away clean and could lead him on our own terms. I thought he'd take a bit of catching. I know he's 5-0 here at the track, but look, he changed that today, so I couldn't have been happier.
You're right, last start, unfortunately you were sort of flushed 3 wide. He presented and he still kept on nicely, and you just took that bad luck out of the equation today. But how are you feeling?
No, pretty excited, especially to be here today. So
is Mum and Dad here?
No, they're not. Dad's working, and Mum's got to see Nan, but no, it's awesome.
Well done, young man.
No, thanks, Kian. Top.
In here, standing up well. Bit of a delay as the starter has the last look. Here's say up to it. Get what you give. Recruiter moves. Racing, they step away well. Recruiter gets out pretty well. Inver the favourite, also got away well. Peshawar the grey. Hearsay is just dropping back along the rails as Elusive Eagle. Now goes up on the outside, but Inver is going to take the lead. And Inver down towards the 800 metres has under the limit. Moving up on the outside. 800 metres there and gone. Elusive Eagle back in third. Likes to lead normally. Kalashnikov in fourth as they sweep down to the 600 metres. And we drop back to Villadin. Got across pretty well. Recruiter back along the rails as they come to the home turn. And 550 metres left to go. And we've got going back in the field. Back along the rails is Chalkley towards the tail. And also further than back in the field is Kazazjet. Inver straightens up in front. Under the limit. Breathing down its neck. Peshawar from back in the field. Recruiter coming along the rails. And further than back in the field is Get What You Give storming into the finish. Inver going for the whip. Inver he's got a clear lead. Under the limit is driving hard on the outside. The grey Peshawar is coming. And Recruiter back along the rails. Inver driven hard. But coming at it in the centre under the limit and Peshawar. Photo finish. Under the limit Peshawar. Photo finish as they go past the line and possibly under the limit. Has got up for the Battle of the Bush to take the win over Peshawar. Back in behind them, Recruiter was coming along the rails. Further than back in the field is we go back in the field. Kazazjet made up plenty of ground. We go back in the field also to Mr. Metrics further back. Invictus Lad showed a bit of speed as they come back into view. And we've got Get What You Give showed up in the straight. Holiday Dreams back towards the rear. Also with Villadin further back to Chalkley. And as well towards the tail of the field, Jack Be Lucky never really got into it.
Peshawar, number 13 on the outside of Under the Limit. We're waiting for the number to go up for the Battle of the Bush. Peshawar, Ange Jones. Under the Limit, Rachel King. Here are the concluding stages. And Inver went like a scalded cat through the first half. He's clear at this point, but here comes Under the Limit. And the grey wanting to get in a little bit late. Peshawar, the heads are bobbing. Very, very close, Paul, as we have a look at the head on the grey. Might have had its nose down on the line. What are you thinking?
Well, I thought the grey got there for sure, but the number's not there yet. There's certainly some interference late too, but I think it comes from Inver on the inside, bumping into Under the Limit, which may then bump into Peshawar. But we're hearing the 13's got it, Maxie. So 13, 11, there's your interference. 13, 11, 6 and 10 are the numbers across the line. There's a bit of bumping late, but you won't be in drama if you're on Peshawar. And if you followed Kean Dickens' mail from the yard, there you go. A double-figure winner backing up her 40-1 winner of the Ipswich Cup last week.
All right, we've got the assistant trainer of the great Lindsay Hatch. We're going to have a catch-up with Chris and talk about this ghostly grey. Ange just rated him perfectly, but he didn't want to win.
Yeah, no, he's got a little bad habit of wanting to lay in a little bit, especially when it's a little bit wider. Yeah, he was having a go today, but yeah, lucky he had the great Ange Jones on his back, and she kept him off the heels and got him out there and into the gap, into the clear when she needed to.
And race shape actually formed nicely for him, albeit he was coming back in trip. He got good tempo out front.
Yeah, well, we knew that straight away when you went through the form. Like, majority of the field had either led or sat second in their run, so we knew there's going to be a hot speed. From the wide gates, what we said, if we could park him behind them and let him do the work up front and get a suck run where we did, it could pan out the way we wanted to, which, it has today.
Good on you, Chris. Well done.
Cheers, thank you.
All right, Ange, what a thrill that must be to ride for the old boss, the Hatchman.
Yeah, no, I'm always happy to pick up a ride for him. His horse is always going to be fit, and no matter what price they are, they're going to run a good race, and especially races like this, you're sort of happy to take those rides.
Certainly. They're coming back in trip, this guy, but you got a nice bit of speed on up front.
Yeah, you can see even in the mounting yard, he was rock hard fit. I thought he was probably the fittest one there, and I was 3 deep, but I had cover, so I was pretty happy where I was, and a little bit difficult to ride out, but he was super strong late, so very grateful to the old boss for the ride.
Good on you, mate.
Thank you.
Crash the Party goes in. Line is right. The listed Tattersall Stakes, race 4. They're set to go. Royal Chic just moved, drawn down low. Racing. They jumped in a good line, bar a couple of roughies, bluish hue and crashed the party out the back, and Pillow Fight made an excellent start off the rails alley and goes straight to the lead. Duke of Aricus coming across to be second, Brave Design third away. She's an Alibi fourth in the first call, then Fabulantes and Autumn Boy. They were both trying to contest the same position. I think Autumn Boy's jock J-Mac lost out, so he's caught 3 wide. Royal Chic midfield the rail, then a stern effort 3 wide, followed by Kajenga. Getting well back was Damien, Bluish Hue and 2 to crash the party. Down the side, 800 left to run. The speed is only moderate. Pillow Fight wheeling and dealing up front, 1 length Duke of Aricus, and she's an Alibi third, but 3 wide. Brave Design just trucking along fourth, the box seat. Fabulone's in a handy fifth, and 3 wide is Autumn Boy, but he's got cover at least. Then Royal Chic, followed by Kajenga, joining the 3 wide cover flow. Well back was a stern effort, then Damien, Bluish Hue second last, and Crash the Party turned in last. By the 400 metres, Pillow Fight's had a good run, now being tested by Duke of Aricus. She's her Alibi. Autumn Boy winding up, and Brave Design shoots the gap to the inside, and Kajenga was running on. Soon afterwards, Autumn Boy on the outside, and Brave Design went by Pillow Fight. They're heading down to the 100 metres. If you're on the favourite, you're looking good. You're looking cosy. Autumn Boy roaring away. 2 from 2, bolted in. Funno the Miners. She's her Alibi second. Third, Kajenga, and Brave Design didn't come on the straight, ran fourth. Then came Damien, followed by Duke of Aricus. Pillow Fight crashed the party. Fabulante's Bluish Hue and a stern effort last, bar 1. Royal Chic stay motherless.
So 5, 11, 9 and 1 perhaps, but it was a 1-act affair late there by Autumn Boy. As you can see across the totes there, no $51 on offer today, and he puts up a big margin. She's an Alibi, gets second there, and then Kajenga, and Brave Design, having every possible, has finished back in 4th placing. Well, things didn't quite go his way. Autumn Boy, there was a bit of a battle for that spot just behind the leaders, and it was Tim Clark on Fabulantes that came out best. J-Mac was obliged to race a little wide here on the eventual winner.
Big win, Maxie. I think we've seen some nice horses throughout the winter here in Queensland, but Autumn Boy is a horse you're going to hear a lot more of going forward. He didn't have much luck in the run. J-Mac, as you said, was sort of out-positioned early, had to take his medicine, sit 3 wide in the running line, but once he stretched out, he really put them to the sword, and he's strong through the line. He's bred to get over ground on both sides of his family, and he's doing this as a late 2-year-old over the shorter courses. So he's one to really keep an eye on going forward. Charlie Duckworth representing the Chris Wallace stable today. Kian, Charlie would be very happy with that.
Yeah, certainly. I think he's full of praise of this colt. And how did he slip under the radar at 51s on debut?
Yeah, I think it was probably an inflated price due to having Central Coast going off at $1.50. Obviously makes the market sort of spread out a little bit more, and obviously being by Autumn Sun out of a Savabeel mare, you sort of think, oh well, $12.50 might be a bit short and sharp, but he was excellent that day. He's just taken such a good step forward from first trial to second trial, and then to the race start, and then again stepped forward massively today. So yeah, look, obviously don't really know where the limit is with him, which is exciting. Like any unbeaten colt, it's what you get into ownership for, and yeah, I'm sure the Richies will be loving it.
All right, well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, nice summary there of this colt. He's lovely. He's so much like Dad. Obviously, breeding is pretty obvious that he's going to get over further and really thrive. But yeah, lovely colt. All right, 5, 11, 9 and 1 after the running of the 4th. Let's hear James' thoughts and summary of this guy. He's a nice colt.
Yeah, he's a beautiful horse. He's I tell you what, they're lucky that JJ's not in 2 weeks, because he'd probably be winning that. He's a real sleeper. He's just a very good horse.
Right, and you know, breeding suggests he's going to get much better over further. We were just asking Charlie how he got under the radar so much first up, and he said it was probably his profile. Obviously, he was bred to get further. Physically, he looks that too, but maybe it was just class on debut.
Yeah, for sure. No doubt there was class on debut, but there was a very fancied runner in the race of the stablemates, and got a high opinion of that colt. So for him to blouse him was a huge effort, because we only went slow that day, but it's just a very promising horse that will only keep getting better and better, because he hasn't even woken up.
Thanks, James.
Thank you.
Manzois, last one up. Goes to its position.
Keep an eye on one, Rod.
And now we have a line. Light on. They're set to go. Racing. Sir Lucan might have missed it by half a length on the inside. Dark Destroyer went back. Who's going to lead? That's the first question. We'll have answered shortly. Banker's Choice is progressing steadily. He may well go to the front. From Sir Lucan, he's a shocker third away. Dark Destroyer is going to settle fourth on the rail, and he's a bit keen in the early part with the speed being only moderate. Then came Mr. Waterville, and Manzoy settles last of the six. One round of Eagle Farm to complete as they go to the bottom bend with around 1900 left to Rana, and Banker's Choice, the best back runner in the race, takes control of the speed, and he is going to dictate for as long as he can. Banker's Choice travels up the side leading. He's a shocker by about a length and a half. Now Sir Lucan, the favourite, has settled third in the box seat. A length and a quarter away, Mr. Waterville racing fourth one off the fence, 3/4 to the Kiwi Dark Destroyer, and Manzoyce is in last position, but no more than 5 lengths off the lead. They head to the back straight now with around 1500 left to Rana, and Jordan Childs is rating Banker's Choice perfectly. Here's the first move of the race. Mr. Waterville came from a rearward position in the second half of the field to now travel up to be second. He wants to be nice and close to Banker's Choice. Two-away third, Sir Lucan, travelling on the inside of He's a Shocker. They keep company. Dark Destroyer coming away from the rail, and Manzoyce slips up on his inside. They progress down the back straight with about 1100 left to go, and Banker's Choice, can he go from go to woe? Barrier to box. So far, so good if you're on him. He's travelling well, no pressure applied. Leads by 2. Mr. Waterville in second. Sir Lucan third's had a good run in transit. 3/4 away, He's a Shocker in fourth, and Manzoyce and Dark Destroyer with the last pair. Tempo is fairly genuine. No change to the running order. 700 metres from the judge, and if anything, Banker's Choice, the jockey, is upping the ante and increasing his lead margin. 2.5 in front, Mr. Waterville being felt for. Sir Lucan now starts to pursue this leader. He's a Shocker coming 3 wide, then Dark Destroyer. He might have something to offer, coming 4 and 5 wide at the bend, and Manzoyce is sticking to the rail. Homeward bound in the Tattersalls Cup, 400 left to Rana, and Banker's Choice trying for this all-the-way victory. Manzoyce cut the corner, comes after the leader gamely. Sir Lucan needs to get a wriggle on. Then He's a Shocker, Dark Destroyer, Mr. Waterville. Manzoyce up on the inside, snatched the lead off Banker's Choice. He's run his race, the rest can't win. Down towards 100 metres, and Manzoyce, it's his day today. It's been a long time between drinks, buddy, but you're going to do it, and do it in great fashion. Manzoyce won the Tats Cup by nearly 5. Banker's Choice second, Dark Destroyer third, then He's a Shocker, Sir Lucan, and Mr. Waterville last over the line.
6, 3, 7 and 2. Manzoyce, ridden a patient race by Andrew Mannion, travelling strongly coming towards the bend, and he's improved that strike rate, which was 31 starts, 2 wins. His latest win 972 days ago when he won the Victoria Derby. But Paulie'd been working up to a win with a third at Doomben. Then 6 behind Campbell-Dino, and a last start third in the Brisbane Cup over 3,200 metres. He's back.
He's back all right. Look, he saves his wins. They're long and far between, but today it was dominant. It was a lovely ride by Andrew Mallion. He never went around a horse. The pressure went on 600 out, and a lot of them came off the bit very quickly, and he was just trucking up behind them, and through he went, and he's opened up and won by a big space. His good track, Hoodoo, has been smashed today. Start number 18. It's his first win on a good track. Charlie Duckworth, he might be the lucky charm up here for Chris Waller today, Kian. He's had a couple of winners already.
Yeah, he might just be that lucky charm. But Manzoyce, I thought he'd certainly been building to another. His win strike rate wasn't great, and obviously sat a bit closer last start, but he just loves being out the back minding his own business.
Yeah, he was very good today. Look, we sort of thought he might have to roll into the race and make it a test, but Andrew cut the corner and saved all the ground, and yeah, he was very good late. Yeah, it's obviously a long time between drinks, but I'm sure the Flannerys will be delighted. Guy Mulcaster obviously has kept close tabs on him all the way through, so yeah, it's a good afternoon.
He's a handsome horse.
Yeah, he is. I think he won't. When racing's done with him, he won't find a trouble having a home at all. He jumps well as well, so he's certainly got plenty of options. But it looks like the game's not over yet.
Well done.
Thank you.
All right, Charlie Duckworth there, and yeah, that was ultra impressive for Manzoyce. He's a very handsome horse. 6, 3, 7 and 2. That was ultra impressive.
Yeah, I liked all his tapes. I thought he was a bit of the forgotten horse, but there was only 6 in it. But I just thought his runs were really good. He was always thereabouts without winning against some top stayers, and when it ended up a 6-horse field, and he's a nice, relaxed customer. I knew he was going to be, and saw the 3200 out last time, and he was going to be fit. And yeah, we just bided our time back there and got a really cheap run through, and he gave him a galloping lesson up the straight. He did really well.
He did. I thought you two were a good combo, a nice relaxed jockey and a relaxed horse.
Yeah, we really complemented each other. I love the way he settled, and he just built really nicely from about the 600. Didn't have to alter course. He just kept getting up the inside and just continued to build, and really good through the line. Obviously, I know he hasn't won for a while, but you'd like to think off that. He'd be competitive in some staying races over the spring.
Ready to break in the listed Tattersalls Gold Crown. Stand by for a dispatch. Ready to jump. The gates crashed back. They're racing, and it was an even line out. Quietness and Kitty Rose were the first two to go. Miss Jolene began well. They're riding Pulchritudinous for speed, as they are with Kind Words and Osmos right off the track as they hit the first bend. Drifting back in the field was Mayor of Mount Buller, then came Lycometer. Thalassophile third last away. Second last was Artful Girl, and drifting out to the tail was Little Mix. That's the first call, 1,700 metres from the judge, and it's Kitty Rose in control. Osmos comes across to be second, trailing by length, and two to Quietness. The well-back Quietness in third, securing the box seat. A neck away fourth was Kind Words. Two then to Pulchritudinous, who's keeping company with Miss Jolene as they travel by the 1,400 metres. A length and a half to Mayor of Mount Buller. She's in the second half of the field, racing one off the fence outside of Lycometer, and the last trio, Thalassophile, Little Mix and Artful Girl. I'd estimate 10 lengths span them, top end to tail, down by the 1,200 metres in the Tats Gold Crown and Kitty Rose, making every post a winning post. A length and a half to Osmos, getting a great trail in second. 2.5 away third, Quietness, also securing a good run, and Kind Words was in fourth. Two to Miss Jolene, midfield inside of Pulchritudinous. Pace is genuine, no change to the order. Mayor of Mount Buller about 6 or 7 off the lead, outside of Lycometer, then Thalassophile, Little Mix out Artful Girl. Down by the 800 metres, they're on the side of the track. Kitty Rose has been in front from the get-go. The margin now only 1 length. Osmos is gaining. Quietness in third, given every chance. Then came Kind Words. Miss Jolene near the rail, just needing some room to move. Pulchritudinous yet to make a move. Then came Mayor of Mount Buller. She begins to travel into the picture. I'd say 6 off the lead as they turn into the straight. Then Lycometer, Thalassophile, Little Mix and Artful Girl. Kitty Rose with a bit of a kick in the straight. Now Quietness peels to the outside, and Kind Words trying to loom wider. Miss Jolene near the inside. Mayor of Mount Buller battling steadily. Quietness went up to Kitty Rose. Miss Jolene cut the inside, comes after the pair, and Kind Words out wider. Down below the 100 metres, Miss Jolene going strongly. A Queensland victory, and Miss Jolene too good. Big Quietness, Kind Words, and Kitty Rose in fourth. Then Lycometer, followed by Thalassophile. At the head of the others was Little Mix, Artful Girl. Mayor of Mount Buller did nothing late, then Pulchritudinous, and a long last was Osmos.
Well, Dolly Parton fans rejoicing with Miss Jolene. Beautiful ride. Absolute masterclass from Ange Jones. And that takes Ange to a 1-win outright lead in the Jockeys Championship here in Brisbane with a 3-timer today. Quietness, very good. She's a mare to follow. Very green all over the place in the straight. Kind Words, and then Kitty Rose, who set up a pretty solid tempo there, has lasted for fourth.
That's it, Maxie, and she means business today, Ange, doesn't she? She's on the favourite in the Group 1, Tats Tiara. She's booted home 3 winners already. She pretty much outrode everyone there, giving Miss Jolene the run of the race from barrier 1. And you're right, Quietness loomed to win, but just wouldn't go straight. Was probably balked a bit by Kitty Rose as well, wandering off the track, and that just gave the slipstream through to Miss Jolene, and she was too good on the quick backup. Brilliant training effort by Kelly Schweeder to back this mare up 7 days after a tough run with the big weight there in the Ipswich Cup. 6, 8, 9 and 5 the numbers, and Kian, you used to ride work for Kel. Now you're interviewing him.
Kel is one of my favourite characters up here. He's a sensational trainer. She done really well in the week from the back up, and she had to lug the 60 kilos there at Ipswich. Kel, she was so much better placed here under 56.5. Well done.
Yeah, no, it was got the gun ride from the one alley. Feel sorry for CJ. She's over suspended holiday in New Zealand, but well done to Ange. I think that puts her in front of the premiership. Good for the Will Race family. They're on a plane at the moment going overseas, so knowing Darren, he'd be trying to look at it somewhere. But yeah, look, she just come in so good on the weights. We thought about the Caloundra Cup, but with not knowing what was around, we didn't want to get 60 kilos going 2,400 on a heavy track. So we come this way and it paid off.
But despite that 60 kilos in the Ipswich Cup, Kel, like, she stuck on so gamely.
Yeah, she ran good, and from a bit of a tricky gate, CJ had to go forward. There wasn't a lot of speed in the race. Andrew was going to put her to sleep from the one alley, which she was able to do, and got the gun right. We were always, you worry about horses coming off the fence and where the best part is, but I see the last winner come along the fence, so we did the same thing.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's a smart girl, Ange Jones, and yeah, as you said, Maxie, all the Dolly Parton fans, well, she was a trailblazer, and Ange Jones certainly is in her own right. 6 beats 8, 9 and 5. All right, there's lots to talk about with Ange. You've just kicked clear in the premiership. Well done. But she's backed up sensationally.
Yeah, no, she has. She's been actually going very good all prep, and I feel like it's just been barriers getting her beat. So I was just lucky to get that barrier 1 today, and my heart goes out to poor CJ, who's kept getting dished up horrible gates. So Kelly's done a great job with her. He's had a pretty spot on all prep, so she just had to wait for things to go away, and she was always going to win.
Let's keep these vibes up. Well done.
Thank you.
Ange Jones gets a treble as she is on the favourite for the Group 1 later today.
Cranky Harry joins them. They're all in now and set to go. There's the red light. Listed Tattersalls mile, race 7 of 9. Racing. Sabak flew out. The Inflictor and Aerial Dancer have got great speed as well, and they go by Sabak early. Captain Fenkel 4th away, and Chikamahito will land 5th on the fence. Cranky Harry 3 wide outside that pair in the early stages. Felix away, Queen of Dragons, followed by Chrysaor. Rising Pacific is going to land 4th last on the rail, and the last trio, Cosmic Vega, Democracy Manifest and Banana Slide. Heading down the back straight, 1100 left to run. Aerial Dancer the leader, and the Inflictor sits up in second. Cranky Harry continues that 3 wide path towards the leaders, and Sabak's going to get a good run in 4th, and likewise Chikamahito Park 5th defence. Then Captain Fenkel, Queen of Dragons 3 wide. Rising Pacific over on the rail, about 6 off the lead at the halfway mark, 800 left to run. Then Chrysaor, Cosmic Vega, Democracy Manifest and Banana Slide. 700 metres from the judge, Aerial Dancer likes to wheel and deal in front, does it well, but the Inflictor's also travelling strongly second, trailing by neck. Cranky Harry always deep. Sabak right behind them, waiting on a run. Likewise for Chikamahito. Then came Queen of Dragons. Rising Pacific is going to try and pinch inside runs as they're homeward bound. Then Captain Fenkel, Chrysaor, Cosmic Vega, Banana Slide and Democracy Manifest. By the 300 metres of the Inflictor, strode to the lead. Sabak's in hot pursuit. They got to Aerial Dancer. Then Chikamahito, Rising Pacific with too much ground to make up. The Inflictor in front. Sabak is trying hard on the outside. Slowly but surely trying to get on terms. The Inflictor's in for the fight. They pair off. The Inflictor and Sabak. Here's the post. The Inflictor beats Sabak. Chikamahito 3rd. Fano 4th. Rising Pacific or Democracy Manifest. Then came Banana Slide, followed by Cosmic Vega, Chrysaor, Captain Fenkel, Cranky Harry, Aerial Dancer, and Queen of Dragons out towards the tail.
So the Inflictor wanting it a little bit more than Sabak, who tried really hard to get on level terms, but he couldn't. He's missed out by around about a neck. Chikamahito will get that 3rd ahead of Rising Pacific and Democracy Manifest, number 1 on the outside. But Terrific effort there by the Inflictor coming out of the Stradbroke. I guess that was the form line, wasn't it? None better than the Stradbroke going into this. He didn't lead, Paul. Aerial Dancer had that job, but he seemed to settle nicely in that second position under Rachel.
He settled beautifully. I mean, the query was, could he run out a mile? And we had to hold our breath right up until the last stride because Sabakat had the run of the race and made a real fist of it down the straight. They've drawn clear of the rest, but he's a tough horse, isn't he? The Inflictor, great result for the Cousins stable. And as you said, came through the Stradbroke form. Numbers 6, 5 and 11.
All right, we are joined by Craig Cousins, and you've been in the media so much the last fortnight. What a journey this little horse has taken you on. Well done.
Thanks a lot. It's a culmination of a great 3 weeks. Beautiful.
Certainly, and look, he wasn't disgraced in the Stradbroke earning his way through the gateway. He's only little, isn't he? He was a bit bustled in the ruck and just free-flowing today.
Yeah, and Rachel said I'll just let him flow, and she said he's probably better drawn out wide today because of the buffeting he got the other day. He never got clear running, but he was with the big boys and he learned a bit out of it.
Craig, I watched the playbook when they interviewed you, and the Inflictor just had his head just sat on your shoulder for the entire time. He just looks like a little beauty.
He's an absolute ripper. I keep repeating myself, but he's just he's the dude.
He's the man. Well done, Craig.
Thank you.
Good on ya. Okay, we'll catch up with Rachel King, and I thought you did a marvellous job on this guy because he just got a little bustled in the Stratty last start.
He did, yeah. Look, he was probably thrown in the deep end a little bit, and those Group 1 handicaps aren't the nicest of races when you're stuck in the middle, and he went from probably having a beautiful spot to getting beaten up a little bit, so it was probably a blessing today drawing out, and he just got that bit of space he needed.
And he ate up the miles, only his second go at this trip.
Yeah, I don't know if he wants much further, to be fair, but he did have to do a little bit of work from outside gate. But look, credit to the team to get him back from a Stradbroke and a tough run in a Stradbroke to come back and get his confidence back again today.
And it must be nice to ride a winner for Craig. Obviously, you've met him. He's just a nice, hard-working bloke.
He is, yeah. Look, it was great to be able to get the opportunity to ride the horse today and get a winner for him. And also a big shout out to CJ. Look, she's one of my best friends, and she's I'm gutted she wasn't on him today, but she's done all the work on him. She told me everything I needed to know, and credit to her and the team.
She's a good girl, so she'll be happy for you. Well done.
Thank you.
Starter Mr. Lister is at the ladder, ready to release them. The last two move in, and now we're set for the Tattersalls Tiara. Red light on. Set to break. Racing. Good line out. Bubba's Bay, one of the first to go. Exotic Miss and Conasada have got early speed. Floozy and Grinzingabella driving through, looking for the front. A bounding not too far away in the first call. Then Tashi, followed by Coco Suttalentia, right off the track, but going forward Coeur Volante, and then Arctic Glamour, followed by El Mazzillo, Samana, Zazu, Firestorm. Third last as they round that first bend. Then Infancy and Coco Jambu. Grinzingabella in front. Floozy up second, sitting 3/4 of a length behind the leader. Two to Bubba's Bay third, one away fourth Exotic Miss. Two to a bounding and a good fifth at the half mile. Conasada the rail. Tashi between runners and Coeur Volante is doing it tough in the middle part, 3 and 4 wide. Then Alentia, followed by Coco Sun El Mozillo. Samana is a long way back. Firestorm gives them 8 at the 500 metres. Arctic Glamour right off the track. Then Zazu. Second last Coco Jambu and Infancy whip them in. The Tiara field thunders for home. 400 left to run. Grinzingabella swiftly headed off, and Floozy ran to the lead. It's a long way up this Big Eagle Farm straight, but Floozy's making every post a winning post. Bubba's Bay is challenging. Here's Tashi in a bounding with a big baldy face joining in down below the 200. Floozy's all out, and Tashi took the lead. Floozy battles on, then came a bounding, but Tashi goes for home. It's Tashi's Tiara. Tashi raced away. Peter Boundy, Photo third. Alentia Exotic Miss. Floozy peaking late. Firestorm next, and then came Infancy. Bubba's Bay, followed by Samana, Coco Jambu, Grinzinger Bell. Well back was Kodasana, El Mazzillo, Arctic Glamour, Zazu. And out towards the tail was Coeur Volante. And Tashi has had a great carnival, but today's the greatest, Group 1.
Tashi now a Group 1 winner, and didn't she do it in style as she launched at them 200 metres out of mess. Tommy Sherry going up in the air, trained by Peter Snowden at Randwick. She'd been so good in 2 starts up here. Runner-up to Zazu. Gee, it was only a pimple that day, almost a dead heat, and then last start second to Floozy and the main lead up to Dane Ripper. But today, up to 1,400 metres, she's been absolutely gutted. So has Abounding. She tried hard. She just gets that second spot. There's Alentia coming through, probably gets third. Floozy just tiring a little bit late there. And towards the inside, Exotic Miss. But what a great win by Tashi, and a deserving win, Paul.
Absolutely, Maxie. 13, 8, 4 and 18 should be your numbers across the line. And Peter Snowden winning trainer, and a big result for Tommy Sherry. He'll be absolutely wrapped with that. But we better start with the trainer, Kian, and you've got Peter Snowden with you.
Yeah, and Peter just looks... It's like even a sigh of relief, because this mare has been rock solid. You cannot deny her that.
No, it's been tremendous. God, no one should begrudge that. She's been racing so well for so long. I mean, thinking, I should be doing this, I should be giving her a break. But she kept putting her hand up and racing better and better and better. And to see you do that today, I'm so proud of her.
Certainly, and she's just got that beautiful sharp turn of foot when she's ridden quiet.
Yeah, no, Tom Rader at Peach, absolute Peach. I think that's his first Group 1 winner, I think, for him. So I'm so proud of both. They've done a great job.
Well done, Pete. Fantastic.
Thank you.
All right, Peter Stone is extremely happy there, and we cannot begrudge Tashi the Group 1 win. I'm not sure how she got beat 2 back at listed level in the Helen behind Zazu. She was fantastic on that occasion, and then beaten fair and square behind Floozy last start, but she was certainly the best of the back markers, really cutting into the margin, and she's torn away and won quite impressively here this afternoon. The mare by Sebring, she's out of a Shriek Cry mare. And as Peter said, just to echo those efforts there about Tommy Sherry, that was a brilliant ride by himself to get this mare over the line. He's quite familiar with her. He rode her last start here behind Floozy, so he would have been well aware of what horse's back to get on. He certainly did that, and she's found ever so nicely for him. Gallant in defeat, certainly the 8, Abounding much better with a more economical run. We've got the 4 in there for third in Alentia, an improved run as well, second up, and the 18, Exotic Miss. All right, Tommy Sherry, well done, mate. How's that?
Brilliant, actually. It's sort of been a long time coming, trying to win a Group 1, but the stars aligned today, and I can't thank Peter and his family and his team enough, and especially my fiancée. It's been a long road. We've had a tough year, but when stuff like this happens, it makes it worthwhile.
It certainly does, and you're familiar with this mare, and she's been tough this preparation.
Yeah, unbelievable. Again, sort of credit to herself and the team. There's a saying that when mares are in form, they keep reducing, and that's exactly what she was this preparation. Albeit she never won, she's always been super consistent, and very proud of her.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, brilliant. Look, it feels like a little bit of a weight has been lifted off my shoulders, but things like this don't really happen to people like me, so I'm very grateful.
Good stuff, mate. Well done.
Thank you.
And well ridden. Things do happen to good people. 13 beats 8, 4 and 18 after the running of the 2025 Tattersalls Tiara, taken out by Tashi.
Now, Need Some Luck comes up in the Throsby colours. They're set for the WJ Healy Stakes. Stand by. Group 3, 1,200 metres. Racing Brisbane. Hidden Wealth and Prince of Boom both began fast at the start, showing early speed. The Novelist and Osmar's nicely away in fourth as they hit the first bend. Then Barber, Midnight in Tokyo, followed by Cannonball, Metal Art nearer the rail. Getting well back down the side, Need Some Luckies, fourth last and three wide. Then came General Salute, third last, second last App and Girl, and Shalaz Moment as last of all. The speedy Hidden Wealth at the 700 metres had a 2-length lead over the Novelist in second, Osmar third, and Prince of Boom doing it tough out 3 and 4 wide. Barber parked in fifth at the halfway mark. Then Midnight in Tokyo, Cannonball, Metal Art. Need Some Luck trying to travel into the picture. He's about 6 off the lead. A long way back, General Salute as well. And App and Girl and Shalaz Moment with the last pair. Fully homeward bound in the Healy. 350 left to run. Hidden Wealth to leader. Osmar gets out to give chase, then the Novelist. Barber's coming home strongly. General Salute's out wider. Need Some Luck needs to get a move on. Hidden Wealth still the leader. Metal Art pinching inside runs. Then came Osmar. General Salute down the outside. They're swamping Hidden Wealth. Metal Art raced to the lead. Shot the gap, ran away and won the Healy. Metal Art first. Second Osmar. Photo third. General Salute or Hidden Wealth. And Barber just behind them in fifth. Then Need Some Luck, Cannonball. Midnight in Tokyo, Shalaz Moment. Wellback App and Girl, the Novelist and Prince of Boom was last over the line.
Well, what a performance by Metal Art. Beautiful ride by Jason Collett. He's the real navigation king, isn't he? He can steer them from back in the field, straight up along the inside of Hidden Wealth, and he's been able to score. He just lowers his head. He's a real winner. We mentioned a little time ago, Paul, with Kian, how he's fairly plain, this guy, but he's got a big engine on him and he can really attack the line like he did in the last race there. Osmar was very good again. General Salute and Hidden Wealth up on pace has just been sort of surpassed over the final part.
That's it, Maxie. 9, 11, 3 and 1, I think the numbers will be. We'll just wait for that to become official. But looking at them hit the line there, 9, 11, 3 and 1. And Metal Art, what a ride by Jason Collett, cutting the corner, slicing through late. And Hidden Wealth did all the speed up on front and just got caught in the closing stages. But lovely ride, Metal Art. Kelly Schweeder, he's bagged a double today. Ange has bagged 3. As we throw to you, Kian, you said Metal Art was the horse to beat on form, so you've technically got another winner.
Yeah, he's just the most unassuming racehorse. He's so sedate. Kelly says sometimes he's got to poke him to see if he's awake. There's not a lot of him, but he's a talent. So what a way to round out a great day's racing here for the last Group 1 of the season. Of course, it was all about Tashi and Peter Snowden. And to round out with Kel Schweeder has been a real cherry on top. We know he's a talent. He's very unassuming, and I think it's just, where's the ceiling with his horse?
Pardon?
Where's the ceiling with him?
I don't know. He just keeps winning. He's an incredible little horse. He's very unassuming. Got the gun ride, and he just keeps winning.
When we say unassuming, we're talking about his type and his demeanour, aren't we?
Yeah, he just goes to sleep. He was asleep down the tie-ups. You could tie him up to that fence there and come back in a week. He wouldn't move. He doesn't look anything like a racehorse.
All right, well done, Kel.
Thanks, mate.
All right, well done, Jace. He's got a real will to win this guy, doesn't he?
He does. He's Kelly May said his attitude's great. He's got a cold back going to the start. He was wasn't oversure about the action, but then once he got going, he was fine. And the run was easy. Like the barrier helped, speed helped, but yeah, he was strong late.
He's certainly ticking along nicely. I mean, that's only start 14 now.
It's pretty good. I remember seeing him over the Christmas period there when Michael Rod won on him, and he looked impressive that day. But at this level at 1200 to do that, it's good signs when probably 14 is probably maybe his better trip.
All right, well done.
Thank you.